This collection contains over 170 poems by Josh Alfred, covering a wide range of themes and styles. Many of the poems celebrate and find wonder in the natural world, with vivid descriptions of the changing seasons, landscapes, plants, animals and celestial bodies. Alfred has a keen eye for detail and uses nature as a lens to explore deeper philosophical questions about life, death, beauty, meaning and the cosmos. Other poems deal with more personal, introspective topics like love, relationships, mental health struggles including depression and schizophrenia, the creative process of being a poet, and grappling with existential questions. Alfred's poems often have a contemplative, spiritual quality as he ponders the human condition. The collection showcases Alfred's versatility, with poems ranging from short, sparse poems evoking particular moments or images, to longer, more complex pieces using metaphor and allegory. His styles encompass free verse, rhyming poems, haikus, and poems playing with form, structure and language techniques like alliteration. While some pieces have a cold, detached tone, others radiate warmth, joy, and playfulness. Overall, this eclectic collection provides many lenses into Alfred's rich inner world and his perspective as the voice of the wild. Nature's Keep. Poetry series Josh Alfred, Poems publication date. 2012 publisher, poemhunter.com, The Worlds. Poetry archive Josh Alfred, February 27, 89, writer, poet. Musician. A killer spouse. Welcome to my house, killer spouse. I would have said. But then she wouldn't. Have caught me. And stabbed me dead. Sneaking up behind. Slasher with a knife. Horror in her dreams. Taking them out in life. Red across a blade. A dream come true. I begin to fade. Oh, what love can do. 3. A mess. My hair is falling out. Because I am pulling it. My teeth are falling out. Because I eat sweets. My fingers are falling off. Because I type too much. I am losing my mind. Because I'm too open-minded. My ears are falling off. Can't take any more complaints. My knees are breaking down. Because I am tired of standing up for myself. My heart refuses to beat. Because you are gone. 4. A moment is. A moment is an ounce of time, a slice of soul, a piece of the puzzle. A moment is the seed of tomorrow, a snapshot in my album, a glimpse of infinity. A moment is a meaning, a coming feeling. A passing friend. A moment is a spark of bliss, a down of sorrow, an eternal leaving. A moment is a wink, the creation of itself, the always fleeting. Time. 5. A poem in his eye. Blank page. 10 lines from a sage. All eyes on a stage. An act of its age. Words that he plays. Poems that he gave. Remember the days. Of black lines on his gaze. 6. Actuality. Render an intention, actualize a dream. World from mind. A mind from world. Begin the dream. Find the means. Act for the ends. Behold and create. The thought, then action. Observe life with actuality. 7. Admiration. With love I do regard thee. And with honor and respect. I admire what you sweetly decree. And I agree easily with what you reject. You know beauty in light of flaw. Thy heart is ever abounding. From your example I do not withdraw. For your compassion is confounding. I admire your greatest desires. And pursue your tract of design. My ambition never tires. In sight, my hope doesn't resign. In admiration of your superior status. I abandon all my wasteful tactics. 8. Advice. Look back through time's portals into your own. Domain. Immerse yourself in the richness of memories. Embark inward to the faint forgotten. Shadows. Spark a light of past desire met by actuality. See the truth that is defined by your own relativity. Search out, like a pilgrim, the new lands never discovered. Try as you must to survive another day in this world. Don't measure others when you haven't measured yourself. Touch the unseen dreams of passions yet fulfilled. Grasp at the pleasures that sink away like a mudslide. Adventure into the abyss of yourself with stillness as your guide. Treasure each moment of happiness like a moon rock. Risk nothing and be completely safe inside your bubble. Take nothing without concern, and you'll never stop worrying. Breath. With speculation when claims of great magnitude are made. Define yourself within the boundaries of your beliefs. Experience the scenes of multiple colors, hues, shapes, figures, events. Each eye. With a face that comes out when you look at yourself in the mirror. Laugh till you're bored of laughter, till you're numb with impartiality. Train your mind to be resilient through all the tough times that come to pass. Remember where the tree goes when no one is looking at it. Expose yourself 9 to the roses of your lusts and sniff each one with delicacy. Feel the emotions rush through your body like new wine. Struggle to emerge a new person when you know your miseries by name. Give into spontaneity and move frictionless like an ice skater. Communicate your darkest secrets YTH. Someone that loves you more than life. Fill your time with rhythm and blues, with dance and deserved sleep. Generate a familiarity with passing strangers with a smile. Touch each chord of intimacy and ravish each second of touch. Abbreviate all the complexity and simplify all the twisted thoughts. Life is a wordiness, emerging through material desire. Surrender to the softest touch of the faintest winds. Understand the melting and dispersing forces of relationship. Surface your wildest fantasies with those who only think you are pleasant. Emanate a glowing look for the camera that will capture your image. Develop an attitude of carefreeness like a dog shaking off water. Spring up from your sleep like the dandelions at dawn. 8. www.poemhunter.com, the world's poetry archive. Mix your favorite drinks till there is nothing left but filled taste buds. Tour all the world you want to, fill your eyes with cities. Appear to know what you are doing, so you don't look like a fool. Rise above the ordinary to become 10. Exceptional, unique, dignified. Regret that you might learn a lesson in living, and by doing so, learn to advise. 11. Affection. It warms my soul when you're around. Can you feel the shared affection? Feet rooted in the ground. Mind enters satisfaction. This love that is in my eyes. We share, as we do the light. I let down my superior guise. Because with you life is alright. Your presence is comforting. Arms were made for giving hugs. You know the truth is nothing. When watching lightning bugs. Times with you are like fantasies. They're for living, making memories. 12. Affection 2. A bit of time has been imbued with our dear affinity. The great viewer has viewed us dance through its infinity. If love was made deplete, our affection would have passed. since perfection means complete. Love is to always last. I take it as a sign, as the sun shines valiantly, that you and I were made to dine on this piece of true reality. If it weren't for our amicable tone, know we there'd be only I am alone. 13. Affection 3. Friends with our affection revolve around each other, made by soul's connection. On gravity we hover, fixed in conversation. We talk philosophically. Words pick up creation and send them into poetry. Fading notions trail. Hours creep by unseen. The words began to pale. Tomorrow's another dream, with hellos and goodbyes, plans and occasional surprise. 14. Affection 4. We are here to play. That's why we're so amused. I don't know what I'd do all day if our affection never fused. Loneliness is definite. It means I'm missing you. Affection is relevant, since I need something to do. I wouldn't know what to write if it weren't for your ears. Every day you give me light. Every day someone who hears. Though we may be worlds apart, affection keeps you in my heart. 15. Alert deer. 2 young deer feed near, coated in thick dirt color, feeding on flourishing green grass, so green it hurts to look at. Alert eyes, never relaxing. Even I intended no harm. Big legs will send them racing. Movement their alarm. 16. Angst 1. Farewell my tranquil mind, since world cast forth delight. Thus my heart wishes to combine. Damn this nerve of flight, invoked by another state, that disgraced my concord, and discarded it with a fate of angst, allured forward. Composer made incomplete. A wind toward future blows, but my will is prone to defeat, and my legs are stuck in pose. Indecision, my real woe. How to navigate? Where to go? 17. Angst 2. Bolt of desire in my chest, and my mind is a ticking clock. My foresight won't rest, confounded by utter shock. My ribs grasp my heart, and keep it from exploding. Where should I even start? Contemplation is corroding. Out of reach, almost acquired. Open hands to grasp, to catch what is desired, in hopes that it will last. Slowly time moves ahead. Loss of path my only dread. 18. Angst 3. Eager like a child, ardently advancing, heart racing wild, future end enhancing, reaching destination. Cave light fronts, time's hesitation, big swinger bunts. One wish, the allure, pulling my strings, not sure what will blur. Mind seeing other things. Future my utmost intention, awaiting with frustration. 19. Angst 4. Time is like a heavy weight, slipping slowly till it's gone. How it with no heart hates passion when it's strong. My only enemy is fear consuming. Angst, small terror in empty time. Where is that peace looming? Every time I look, it ducks behind. My whole soul is waiting to transform, but time just won't allow. Despite the inner storm, I am stuck in a time called now. If I could find solace in future blurred, only then my heart would rest assured. 20. Apathy and the emotion. The surface is silent but the fish are playful like. Thought beneath the apathy I appear to keep. The sky is toned blue and is still but the universe is making stars beyond like my thoughts bursting out of imagination which fiddle with folly. beneath the gaze of my peering. Settled rocks on earth-bound hills only move. When the earthquakes like my many thoughts that rumble when wonder shakes them alive. 21. As a feather. On a blissful kind of air. Merrily she skips. Cheerfully she laughs. Giggling as she spins. To her the world is rash. Not laden by misery. Not suffocated by her fears. On a blissful kind of air. She frolics everywhere. Floating as a feather without a single care. 22. At the valleys at noon. At noon I plucked a fruit. Quenched a thirst. Dipped my face in tenderness crunched. At noon. Put back at root. A return to first. With an elated grin I ate. I munched. At noon. The tree was bent. So I could pick with room. The fruits all grown well. Grasping arms air. At noon. Fruits filled with scent. The tree did bloom. Holding on to smell. Valleys of peaches and pears. 23. Autumn 1. Paint, brushed colors emerging. Ornamented leaves illuminate sky. Twisting winds converging. Trees let out a naked sigh. 24. Autumn 2. Trees with colors burn. Dying as if to ashes. Around the loose leaves turn. As lightning in the distance flashes. 25. Autumn 3. Falling leaves, like falling stars. Moving across streets with cars. Naked leaves with bark for skin. Like girl on the tip of sin. 26. Autumn 4. Brown leaves. Lay on grass. Colors mount the open hills. Leaves fall into open hands. The autumn murders, the autumn kills. 27. Autumn 5. Leaves grace the afternoon. Seasons change so soon. Autumn, in it I am aging. Summer gone, warmth fading. 28. Autumn 6. Dried and dead. Like old friends. Cracked and bruised. Like beaten face. Empty, naked. Like spent lover. 29. Autumn 7. As the leaves fall in vain. Joy seems to suffer pain. Grief seems to muster. The dead leaf cluster. 30. Autumn 8. Once upon an autumn day. I emerged through the colors. Though the sky was terrible gray. And the frost had nearly covered. I could still see paint, brushed horizon. And knew that autumn was not yet over. 31. Autumn 9. With wind they fall softly. Like dainty frills of a dress. The heavens are so lofty. Brushed with colors. God's impress. 32. Autumn beautiful, haiku. Mother Earth in autumn. Has entered her dying phase. And goes out colorful. To barren repose. With flaming array. Painted wonderful. Fruits, children all gone. Arduous days near complete / Autumn beautiful. 33. Beach nap. Somersaulting ocean plays a tune. I sprawled out on wet sand. I let the water know my toes. Ocean dances with the land. My focus laps in the clouds. 34. Beauty still. I looked and there sat heaven still. Despite my life, my place, my change. And graceless chaos of my will. Stars shone on, and beauty still bathed. In a flowing current of the wind. A beauty of order, cosmos saved. Without and within. 35. Beauty's sight. If all the world were blind. And I were as well. I don't think I could find. My love, nor love foretell. Beauty would not shine. nor be a kindly presence. Dark would call the world mine, and quench all vital essence. Form would be blank, and night would seem to endure. My heart would lose its strength. I'd write no poetic lore. With thee, O light, be that beauty might. 36. Before there was a kitten in that cat. There was seed in that tree. There was a child in my shoes. There was a lover next to me. There was a star in my eye. There was a silence before song. There was a son in that father. There was a lost in that belong. There was a white before the page. There were no bars before that cage. There was a dream before this place. There was a form before this face. There was a chill before the war. There was a calm before the storm. There was a night before this day. There was a script before this play. 37. Beneath blue ocean still, the water vapor rises over the blue ocean tone, where surface still like silence covers all of the unknown. Beneath is mystery. Mermaids and fish swim, a portal of fantasy, where stories begin. Darting dolphins, talking sharks. See, horses dance all around. Red glow fish zip and twirl by. U-boat awakes from ocean ground. Under water cities bustle. A fish dares to leap to shore. Whirlpools confuse schools of fish. Serpents rest on the ocean floor. The illuminated waters. The rainbow speckled scales. Jaws of hungry predators. Squirmy blue electric eels. Above rippling surface. 38. Nets catch all of the pretend. Back to the blue ocean still. Mystic vapors there ascend. 39. Bird gone. A sound I heard. From a brown-eyed bird. In a green willow. A song so mellow. Song, so dim. Notes in a high MN. A feather free. Lost a friend. 40. Birth. Awaken me from the depths of silence. Great musician, let me feel you play. Open my creative spirit to your ambience. To ever unfold in your special way. Riches of wisdom are as silver. Love, a true lover, my leader. Love's voice I must obey. She shall never cease to deliver me from the shapeless grave. 41. Bleeding tree. Red tree withers. Nature seems to die. Red leaves gather. Bloody ground. Battle time. 42. Boom. From sun to sun. And from moon to moon. The stars as art. In lofty room. Glow divine. Or die with boom. 43. Boys of expedition. As we climbed up to the peak of the mountain road. Through the thickets of pine, maple, and cowering oak. My brother and I would laugh. Just telling each other jokes. The summer's days would drag. And brother would brag. If I could not catch up to him when he ran off on his own. The heat would be heavy upon my brow. But me and my brother would have plenty energy to drown. We'd think ourselves out on discovery. Chartering a land. Traipsing through a forest. Like a small Amazon clan. We'd hike for hours. Off on our own. Not knowing where'd we go. Backtrack, and make our way back home. Dinner prepared by mother. Racing headlong across the paths. In time for evening sup. Our. 44. Break of day. Water lily of the garden morn. In sunlight her beauty is born. Sleeping birds in heaven's nests. Sing their songs in the morning best. Parting eyes of fawns in dale. Wake with dawn and flick of tail. Quivering squirrels from tree home. Peer to the north, where they will roam. Tree so limber stretches out. In the warmth of the morning. As the sun does shout. Its voice the crisp light. Saying to the night. An eternal farewell. 45. Buoyant. I'm bouncing on a ball of joy. I'm throwing my party hat up. I'm under a tree of amusement. I'm letting myself develop. I'm sailing on a calm pond. I'm stretching my angel wings. I'm playing my guitar at dawn. I can hear what the world sings. There's a rainbow over my home. There's a golden path to a rich town. When I think of myself disowned, I remember, with happiness I will be found. 46. Caught a dream. Arose one morning. And caught a dream. In the bucket of my mind. Like a raindrop falling. On a sunny day. Into a spider's web. Glistening images. Falling pictures. Collapse into a collage. Cascading into. Perfect positions. 47. Close. With you close. You picked a petal from a rose. And let it flutter to the ground. With you close. The silence of the stars. Seemed for once to make a sound. With you close. Time seemed to freeze. With you close. All of me was at ease. 48. Color. Brown is the soil. When you feel it. In your hands. Silver is a shining color. That is silk and sensitive. Cold as all metal. Blue is the sky. When you feel its warmth. On your face. Black is space. Which bubbles with stars. Immersed in greater darkness. Red is the flame of love. Which ignites in a lover's kisses. And shines in days walking together. 49. Cosmic play. Behold without the sun. Breath without the trees. Know that all is one. Even as the present leaves. Heavens o'er far out. Atoms down beneath. Barely know what it's about. Eyes may only see a piece. Actor in a cosmic play. Like stars with gravity move. How true is it to say. What all the world can do. Language, a sounded harmony. With which nature sings her melody. 50. Create for me a dream. Take me away, on winds of dreams. Take me where I have never been. Mountain tops, island shores. Forests lost, rivers, floating boats. Take me away, on winds of dreams. To hilltops, clouds dancing as I touch. To bottoms of the seas where urchins dwell. Take me away, on winds of dreams to the skies. Above city streets, and skyscrapers. To fictional art in romance, or sci fiction. Take me away, on winds of dreams. To an open sea, sailing fishing flounder. To two of us oaring on a rivulet. Take me to where your dreams will lead. Create for me, from your imagination. Let your mind tell a story. Or your hand lead the way. 51. Dear beauty. Rise from the ocean. Dear beauty, you are there. Not merely a reflection. But deep in there somewhere. Come alive, in a shape. Make the world your own. Dance among the flowers. Sing among the stars. Live among the glory. Of everything you are. 52. Deep dark depression. I sleep upon a bitter bed. Beneath death's blankets. A bleak being begging. For concentration. Thoughts black. Breached by toying iridescence. Empty with a soul. Like an infant. With a hunger for. Brilliant wisdom. 53. Deep dark space. Deep dark space. The earth's other side. I open my eyes. And all seems to hide. Deep dark space. Depression is not a feeling. It's the devil's fatal drug. Everyone walks on the ceiling. As I am sinking into the rug. My yesterdays are but sorrows. My coming pain is waiting in tomorrows. 57. Depression 4. Heart doesn't ache, it whimpers slash. Eyes only see tears. Nothing lively ever glimmers. I haven't known hope in years. Mind doesn't wonder, it's vacant. Legs bend more to curl than walk. I lie here beneath this blanket. No one can get me to talk. I don't a word to speak. Life is too serious. My legs are too weak. Your words make me delirious. Everything is done in vain. That's why all efforts cause me pain. 58. Disappointment 1. This happy end of mine has been lost to other results. What I thought would be fine has become another. One of my faults. Disappointed with these ends. Not happy with these things. How all things tend to bend. With these negative feelings. These things, more enemy than friend, have become a sign of chaotic fury. Missing my happiness, and what I intend, has caused me nothing but worry. Act with wisdom to be wise. Either happiness or your own demise. 59. Drift. I put on a straw hat. Near the calm ocean blue. Pushed my canoe out and sat. Till I drifted out of view. 60. Eagle. Eagle soars through heaven's doors. The rain begins to pour. Flies to cover. Wet wings. Eagle screams. Shrieks its dreams. Wants to hover. Crazy eyes. Every day it strives. Thoughts on eating time. Flesh to devour. Feast to fetch. Brave wings stretch. Old bald wretch. Nesting in clock tower. 61. Existential fluff. I'll make love to the smoke. As it lingers in the air. I'll make a wish and a hope. As if it will appear. I'll take a fluffy cloud. And turn it to a ship. My thoughts are abound. And I am beating them with whip. I'll send out light. With an SOS I'll take my stand. As a guest on the list. I am here so proud. With a mind that is amiss. Sometimes I can't find myself. And believe I don't exist. 62. Faces. Royal faces, looking out from castle. Dirty features, looking into the land. Clean faces, looking into child's eyes. Red faces, looking into each other's souls. 63. Finding the one. She is like a flower to the sun. Her mind on edge like a star at dawn. Her love so pure like a ray of the one. Her speech so soft it melts like snow. Her heart so large it makes her glow. Her eyes so deep she will steal your soul. 64. First shine. The ambience was silent. Yet 100 thoughts abound. In her white dress, and pink bow. She stepped on stage, nervous. To sing for the waiting crowd. After saying her greeting. And hearing a laughing applaud. She waited for the music. And her teacher's head to nod. Breathing in a deep breath. She let the melody flow. And sang with all her heart. At her first talent show. When words no longer flew. From her first performing act. She looked to the crowd. And saw people stand and clap. With whispers of hope. She bowed with great worth. Then slowly turned to walk off stage. Not knowing that this night. Her fame had given birth. 65. Flying. Thoughts speeding like wild birds. Bolting about in the air. Thoughts taper onto paper. A tree for them to share. Captured in their cages. They're prisoners to the pages. 66. Freed sheep. Outside the fence. A sheep with a wool coat. That hasn't been sheared. In more than a year. Capers the valleys. It hasn't been seen. By sheep, dog or shepherd. For it knows its boundaries. It stays a distance away. Never visiting its sisters. For it's free and will not risk being captured. Its wool grows thicker. With each passing season. Its eyes soon cover with fluff. So it can't even see things. Finally it gives, as it feels. Itself toddle and tip. Running back to the far. By only hearing the snip. Of scissors in the distance. Though it was free. The sheep forgot the fee. Of being a sheep. With ever-growing fleece. 67. Genius. 2 rocks strike. Bright stars. Shaded moon. Bent glass. Electric kite. Falling apple. Chasing light. 68. Golden specks. Golden dust, like frivolous lust. Slip as through the net. Golden star, out so far. Which one will grant a wish? Golden sun, why have you begun? A game of chance and risk? 69. Halloween. Halloween. A single dream. From which we scream. Halloween. Roaming ghosts. On the coasts. On the eve. Halloween. The kiddies ask. With many masks. Trick or treats. Halloween. Skeletons and blood. Monsters from mud. Shadows go unseen. Halloween. The evil songs. As white moon prolongs. The ghouls and fanes. Halloween. The raven crows 70. And the old man knows. The frightful scene. Halloween. The chimes tire. Orange with fire. Under moonlight beams. Halloween. A single dream. From which we scream. 71. Halcyon reasons. Bound by reasons. So speaks my heart. Through seasons. Infinite but apart. Tranquil mind. When chaos rests. And reasons find. Composed nests. In trees of occasions. Inviting quietus guests. Wind lent to abdications. And stillness but protests. Upon a branch of paradise. All my woes suddenly apologize. 72. Hate 1. Callous tongue slash with insidious lips speak. Cruelty slash barbed wire word seeking to. Corrupt slash sickening the heart causing noxious. Sobbing slash to anxious souls stress inducing slash a. Malicious pessimist on the verge of. Atrocity slash upsetting rotten, mean. Menacing slash inflated egos grating on. Imperfections slash dreadful dispositions bullied. Combative, conceited slash demeaning attacks. Disgusted, discontent slash a disbelieving acts angry. Hard-hearted slash to the extreme masochists. Comparative identities, superiority slash egotists Josh 73. Heaven blue. Transported to euphoria blue. Azure skies, angels singing. Orbs of light traveling. To and fro, to islands, beaches. The things the saint all knew. Bells of synagogues ringing. Conscious and marveling W. Here blue light reaches. 74. Heaven's lights. Man on the moon living. He's giving me a smile. Eyes for mountain wishing. Stars, in darkness wild. A truth for every notion. Like a star for every shine. 2 drops of a greeting motion. Eyes touched by heaven's light 75. Human, curious. A sea of wonder. In the child's eyes. Like dots that sparkle. As the infinite wise. Born a curious being. Awakening to self-creation. Experience and paths. Ideals and fears. A mind in wonder. Of little secrets. And truths known to man. 76. I remember you, 2007. These things make me remember you. Sometimes, at the end of November. When the wind catches the leaves. And the dusk runs away at 5. I remember you. When the air stirs with an aroma. And the wind hits my lungs brisk. I remember you. On occasion. Looking at the stones on the beach, beneath my feet, so far away from life, I remember you. I can't remember how you were, but only how you are. So subtle that thought. Like an unexpected breeze. Or the darkness of a room whose light has vanished. When I write my poetry, I quiver with that one impression. I remember you. 77. If only. In and out of colors. Nature does her dance. If only to live a season more. To only get the chance. If only in the season I could find a reason more. If I could glance at the vastness. Like waves upon the shore. If only I could be inspired. Like doves in heaven soar. If only there was meaning. There waiting to be explored. Something more to be desired. Among the great decor. If only there was thoughts. To write out all the grandeur. 78. In winter's core. Cold chills surpass feelings of well-being / a frosty morning, under snowflake heaven / frozen waters, hanging off maples / polar zone of coldness, toned with white / a chilled cup of heavy black joe / a pocket of steam from the machine / fingers knitted up in cotton / toes booted up in leather / a pile of snow made by shovel / an ache in the back made by huff / layers of whiteness, up to the top step / snowflakes forming with a raw winter wind / 79. It is not chance. It is not chance. That when you look at the stars, they are shining there. For without those great balls of burning light and heat, life would not exist. It is not chance. That beauty is. For if the allure did not exist, life would not be willing. It is not chance. That even the smallest things are infinitely complex. For if they weren't, intelligence would be lacking. It is not chance that we struggle in life. For problems are the generators of solutions. It is not chance that as you read this 80, something inside of you remembers. It is not chance. It is a part of you. Your experience. 81. Leapfrog. Bullfrog ribbits, stops leaping seeing feet. Bold black eyes glisten, resting in wet slimy seat. It thinks that it's invisible, hiding in the green. Ambivalent to movement, trying to become unseen. I hold my pace and stare at its face. And wait for it to leap. 82. Lewd blooming. Let bloom the flowers. Like a lady's becoming tits. Let bloom the flowers. Watered by a boy who spits. Let bloom the flowers. A vision of death so denied. Let bloom the flowers. Like gay men standing in pride. Let bloom the flowers. Bloom they do, so awfully lewd. Let bloom the flowers. Like chest of hairy dude. 83. Lips. Pink and soft. With words have scoffed. With tilt have kissed. With spoon have ate. Shady gloss. Has made a print. Upon a cheek. Of an innocent. crimson caught. With tender words have bought the heart of many whom once sought. For more than was not given. Dry and thick. Lick your lips. Take a sip. Sing for a bit. In this sweet life, liven. 84. Lost and found. Give strange looks. Carrying strange books. Thick with words. Abstruse meanings. Webbed in mind. Complicated design. Recondite musings. Compressed enigma. Poetic delights. Lyrical agenda. Vague personality. Finding and losing. Inner meanings. Situated comfortably. Consumed by depth. Deplete of simplicity. 85. Love. Lighting a flame of passion. Above our cosmic connection. Skin interwoven, kiss by kiss. Touch so tender, inch by inch. Oceans of lust, waves of ecstasy. Breaking boundaries, mixing chemistry. My love so still in quiet nights. Comes alive in shared delight. 86. Love 1. Aware of this fountain rushing. When eyes fixate on eyes. The skin is made for touching. Dare do what lust advise. I knew thee once a stranger. Now I know you as a soul. How love doth boil with a danger. And set I in some role. Love brings us closer still. And makes us a one. Love outflowing as it will. Pulls onward never done. Present in mind should love be. That our passion may be free. 87. Love 2. Love is in thine body. You are a slave to its interest. What would your sweet love be? If it did not beat in your chest. Love, if you were to depart. The world would fritter away. The sleeping would not start. All beauty would thus decay. But love carries us along. In one's heart it has unrest. In one's life it sings its song. And with words it protests. Love finds its aim in the end. And brings together what will begin. 88. Love 3. I was formed for you. You were formed for me. If this were not true, man, I would not be. Staring at stars, I'm gone. Alone, I'm incomplete. No true thing can be done unless two beings meet. From love issues nations, and nations issue love. Love, more than sensation, pulls man's dreams from above. With love there on planet Earth, human purpose is given birth. 89. Love 4. Love, a ceaseless pattern, may within two persist, and union if wove together, may birth another to exist. Love is endless like light, hung in the souls and eyes, makes all being bright, and the lonely wise. No better truth is there, but that of love. It is truly somewhere, not down below or up above, but in those geometric charms, in shapes, actions, and arms. 90. Lovers eternal. We met in the garden of sin, and bit down on the fruit of lose tea. The red aura we once loved in rose up from the passions of dust. Ageless beings of the carnal, naked as nature's autumn trees, cut off from the sweet eternal. For we were tempted and deceived. A serpent's words were elusive. The pluck of curiosity, and our impassive attitude toward a diviner honesty, made us sinners set in the myth. Adam, Eve, male, female. Lovers eternal, live. 91. Memory bank. What will I deposit? What will I withdraw? A thought, what was it? Something blue eyes saw. An idea that appealed to my pleasant sensation. Or a pain, now concealed inside my banking system. With eyes I am informed. Imagination, like a storm. Memory my life adorned. Outside those flaunted norms. What shall I withdraw or take? From or in my memory bank. 92. Mimesis. A great art has been sedated. Beneath the passions, awaited. Beauty in its position stay. In ocean and skies it does lay. The image toward perfection. Comes to mind through selection. Finds its place on empty block. Maybe to copy, but not to mock. Bound in the glory of representations. Curves, and weaves, the old imitations. 93. Moon for murder. Teeth wounds. The beastly moon. Bleeding night. Hunger gone. Returning soon. Fur, pale white. Ravaged flesh. Feasting on death. No man left. Crunching bone. Wolf with hunger. Crescent commander. Moon for murder. 94. Mountaineer. The shining light among the rocks. Bounces through the crystal caverns. The mystery of the path of light mocks. As it permeates in changing patterns. The trickle of water is dripping. Into pound of bellow sitting to capture. The slime on fetid rocks is slipping. The earth releases stones in rapture. An echo of a hello reverberates the den. The bats are all asleep hanging till the night. Darkness with shadows loom deep within. While rodents churn the floor in sudden fright. Cavern is a hiding place for the spirits damned. Who whisper there from inner sinking sand. 95. My indignation. I roll around in dirty clothes. Like a pig in its own sh*t. I cough, choke, addicted. Poverty-stricken, ragged clothes. Mind unholy with trashy daydreams. I drink from dirty cups. And eat with filthy spoons. My friends drink and take hits. While I am too mentally ill to do either. I walk around insane with demons in my head. But they just call them voices, not possessors. I bark like a dog with mad lyrics. They get through like toes through my holy socks. I'm lazy, and my bell Y is plump with pop. I am buzzed like bubbles in the soda can. My bank account reads 0. And I am as soulless as my sneakers. 96. Nature gave us beauty. Nature gave me beauty. A beauty oh so raw. My mind is tuned by nature's rhythm. Strummed with nature's chorus. Beauty, oh, thy beauty. 'Tis gaudy to this tourist. Even though I know that beauty shall fleet. I smile during the onset. And give no notice to time's deceit. For what is beauty without change? A present needs a past. Would blue skies be breath-taking? If they always did last. Know this well. That all that doth fade is just a set march. In nature's beautiful parade. 97. New river. Under gray-blue twilight. Streams of blue water rush. Over the mountainside. Fixed with black boulders. Streams of free river flow. Timber rotted down. Small trees in the way. Catch currents like fingers. 98. No one home. No drapery, no lamps. Dusty windows, cramps. Broken china scattered. On blank wooden floors. The box remains in dry attic. No beds, but webs. No tables, no chairs. Home left, no servants. Vacant rooms, no visitors. Empty patio. Garden dead, grass grown high. Silent stairs, and no hearing ears. As all those years passed. Without any cares amassed. No children voicing joy. No flowers, no toys. Gone, all gone, vanished. Even the ghosts have been banished. 99. None since one. I release the inner energy, surrounding every atom. Vanquishes every dark thing with a quick intake of Gatum. The cold air streams in, low to my feet. I feel the meaning of the words beneath the bottom of my seat. I hear the endings approaching, making me believe. The future is uncertain, but never going to leave. The vibrations taken up by all that I am, could burn me to the ground, and I still not give a damn. 100. Ghost on a coast. A ghost on the coast. Walked along the sands. I did die, didn't I? Eyes on translucent hands. A bellow from the fellow. In the barge off after. I did die, didn't I? Eyes on the stars. A ding, floating thing. A light from a buoy. I did die, didn't I? Eyes on the body. Underscore 101. Once upon a summer's day. Once upon a summer's day. The fire of the sun raised flowers. Once upon a summer's day. He tossed and turned, in heat for hours. Once upon a summer's day. The people were all abound. Once upon a summer's day. I couldn't find peace around. Once upon a summer's day. Walking on the beach's open lands. Once upon a summer's day. The child learned what the adult understands. Once upon a summer's day. How lovely she shines on. Once upon a summer's day. The heat would go on till dawn. 102. Out of the box. 4 walls, compact kitchen. Looking outside. Through the television. Jump in car, closed in. Crime on streets. Maybe safe within. Work all day in a square slash. Type on boxes. Eyes don't move, just stare slash. Have we planned this? Or have we just forgotten? Is there more to life than what it's all boxed in? 103. Paradisiacal Symposium. Nature's request, her primal duty to form a world of timeless allure. Love wants and has not beauty. Love is good, immortal, pure. Procreation is everlasting. Love doth fasten its infinity. The heart, but nature's asking, is pulled to eternity. Excellence is her one construction. Eternity, the earth's hypnosis. Flawless form her seduction. Heavenly apotheosis. Conceive that love is more than reaction. The one true lasting satisfaction. 104. Bones. The shade from summer skies. Whilst waters cross the stones. Bring me a peace of mind. A deep sense through all my bones. The shine in her eyes. Whilst not being on my own. Bring me a peace of mind. A deep sense through all my bones. The beauties, her heavenly guise. Whilst sitting out alone. Bring me a peace of mind. A deep sense through all my bones. The release from worry flies. Whilst music therein. Refraction or resistance. Don't give me mediocre assistance. And think I'll suffice on that kind of existence. I rather rot quick than rot slow. Holding on or letting go of something I don't or do know. Life, well, it's discovering certainties. Oh, what to do with these? I guess I'll go with whims of philosophies. They might disturb the vibe with an absurd jive. Again, light or dark, dead or alive. Destined to a doom, or destined to thrive. All this but a view. In a matter of time. 108. Seasons of love. I recall a spring. When I picked you flowers. Sat talking for hours. Slept with windows open for breeze. I recall a summer. When we went to the beach. Skipped rocks on the waves. Made sandwiches to eat. I recall a fall. Kicking a ball of leaves. We went sneezing with a cold. Laying beneath undressing trees. I recall a winter. Making angels in the snow. Making our whole home glow. Eating the family's Christmas treats. I recall the seasons. In the seasons as they pass. I recall our love. Through all seasons I pray it lasts. 109. So white. The moon. In its repugn. Stars blankly. White with wrath. At all the jewels of earth. That it shall never get to have. 110. Spinning nature. Nature bubbles with life. That she so designed. The earth spins. Like twirling wife. In her spring dress. Looking fine. 111. Spring 1. Popping buds appearing green. Comes to life those withered trees. The spring seems a delightful scene. Fruits in colors, branching free. 112. Spring 2. Buds forming on the trees. Honeycombs for the bumblebees. Scents of honey, scents of pollen. Squirrels gather nuts, fallen. 113. Spring 3. Early morning, comes the spring. Birds to sky, birds to nest. Those winged feathery things. With colorful breasts. Those musical feathered creatures. Rise once more to open skies. One of spring's finest features. Flying by her open eyes. 114. Spring 4. Spring, playful and frisk. Free amusement I will capture. The joyful wind is brisk. And fill it with new rapture. 115. Spring 5. The swooping singers. Cross the sky like piano fingers. Ducks quack, gliding eager. Winter's curses made so meager. 116. Spring 6. Scents of spring are made replete. Flowing to nose like lady to seat. Ice lingers, like nails on fingers. Bevary bugs with nasty stingers. 117. Spring 7. A lively green softness rolls in the air. The spring's delight returns inflamed. All the seeds with flowers blare. A cry, life is regained. 118. Spring 8. Flowers blaze brightly. A fire in the midst. Petals glide lightly. Abundance will persist. 119. Spring 9. The timber becomes ripe. Like clear starry night. Birds sing songs of all types. Like wind through many pipes. 120. Spring 10. Rain wash, rain rinse. Sun is bright, eyes wince. Line between life and death splinters slash. Release the snares of jagged winters. 121. Spring 11. Flowers flirt in arriving season slash. Man decides to wander, for mindful reasons slash. Rise their heads to sun up high slash. It's easier for living things to get by slash. Seduce the bugs with all kinds of hue nuts grow. Proud, nibble and chew. 122. Spring 12. Flowers are collected by lovers. Merrily do they sing and dance. Under trees taking their stance. Trees arms shade and cover. 123. Spring 13. I am stuck to the ground. Looking up at starry heavens. There's softness all around. In the season of spring. All seems to make no sound. Even as I am reasoning. 124. Stars, alliteration. Set against shadowed skies. Silver stars shined and shimmered. I savored them silently standing as in shackles. And surely their shine was seen in slight salience. As I was sinking into the season set before me in scenery. My shock shed. Soon, I sighed and walked inside. And left the stars to signal another soul to befriend. 125. Still becoming. Like a snail which slithers on its slimy stomach, I snuggle with the sand, shedding skin like a snake, slipping into my shape, saying silly sayings, stuck up in the skies, staring from another star, while sitting on my sofa. Sentiments sailing on a ship. Sensation struck suddenly. Sent somewhere, no sanity. Sighs and silence. Whispers and sounds. Shadows of poetry. Seeing signs of symmetry. 126. Storm. Here comes the lugubrious one. Earth's misery, ground's thirst. Gray clouds morphing into torrential rains. Rain pouring / wisps in the wind. Puddle filling / street walk all wet. Pattering cacophony / hungry trees. Earth's soft voice of changing water. Of rain trickling, of gorging holes. Rooftops defend from mordacious water bullets. Shielding, black and white umbrellas. And water falling, in a chaotic song and dance. People run inside from outdoors. Children dance in clouds decay. Storm clouds bounce with thunder. As lightning branches out with bolts. Storm on the move, across the state. Sun hidden, and blue skies all gone. With hours of passing, winds, rain, and thunder. 127. Summer 1. Summer breeze. Summer trees. Summer sun. Summer fun. 128. Summer 2. Summer conceals season's faded / to become cold, winter's faded / moonlight and chills at dawn / on the hills the prairie dew gs yawn. 129. Summer 3. Sleeping children wake free. We turn on the air conditioning. How hot can this earth be? Skin red hot, skin cringing. 130. Summer 4. Soft and bare, the moon shines on. The lady sings her sweetest song / the boy merrily strides along / the church bells ring with weighted gong. 131. Summer 5. It is summertime. Runs all the gals and lads. The smile I think I find upon the face of what once was sad. 132. Summer 6. The ladies of the church use paper to fan themselves as heat grows greater. The boys stand in the shade to hide themselves from summer's day. 133. Summer 7. Watch the bright sun arise. In the summer, winter's demise. The heat beats each node of skin, like scolding guilt of crafty sin. 134. Summer 8. Open chest, beating sun / open nest, chirping robin / open sky, open doors / open windows, mindless chores. 135. Summer 9. Wearing her summer skirt. She looks so divine. She looks so radiant it hurts. I am so glad to call her mine. 136. Summer 10. The black mare runs free. The brown moose rattles. The green vines grow up trees. The blue duck paddles. 137. Summer sun. The sun shines with full luster, and pierces the skies with rays. Sparkles through trees, flusters. The bright becoming of summer days. 138. Swimming within. Eyes seem to focus on something within. Floating inward. Places I've never been. Imaginary rivers of thoughts racing past. The fisher casts his line, the mind asks, coming to answers. Seen in habits. Making a wish. Swim along. Mischievous fish. 139. Tame. The natural wonders of the Wild West. Sound off thunders, as they heave their chests. All are of different shades of hide. One to tame, one to ride. One to ride and make civil. Tame the beast with patient whittle. Friends are all free, new ones are unstable. Mastered the wild and made it able. Take the spirit and break its law. Fasten to its passion with a click and ye haul. 140. The Blue Mountains. I am walking up the blue mountains, to reach God's heavenly sight, to see the glory in the landscape, to be rushed with emotions, to expand my focus on the horizon, to gaze at the colors in the clouds. 141. The Caveman. The ancients say it's so. So we to the right go slash. Roaming in a dark cave. Shadows on the walls. Chained but well behaved. The truth outside ignites. The light outside is bright. But in there it's been so dull. Idols of lords and themselves. Scattered in the corners. Truth, if worth an art to thee, would not divide with borders, but expand with all its wealth and be a sum of transcendental ideas, not brought down to dusts. It would exceed all things, and take away all their vital lusts. A turn you might fail to make. So, if all could reap and carry, they'd come out of cave with Mary, dropping all their useless know-how, to succeed with what was endowed. Upon seeing the fervent light, and straying not so, to imperfect sight. If all the forms rested in reach of the eye'd find a man, to teach of me. 142. Could crooked idols pass away, and all absolute truth come my way, I'd hide it for a while more, and not make it bane, but great splendor. In the end of trial, truth got him killed. Outside he walks, spirit-willed. 143. The love of earth and sun. Sun and earth share a love seen in their seasons. I know their marriage well. The wind sighs at it. With a chill, plucks leaves from tired trees, giving up. In the brisk first days of autumn, the ground is a blanket of laying vagrants. While the high horizons blush with color, the earth moves away from her lover. I whisper more in autumn. Blood stirs with a mystery. I lit a campfire one night, and the next day, see green needles coated with a white fluffy glaze. A puddle, from a late autumn rain, creeps back forth, ice to water. The earth is distant from her love, with flakes floating, as a drizzle of innocent goodbyes. My perception of time slows. I frown more in the winter. Time speeds when I see white mountains ablating down sidewalks and parking lots. 144. It's as if the sun wrote the earth an apology, and in answer, all her life leaps with warm forgiveness from a silent sleeping of her icy resentment. I smile more in spring. Finally, the sun makes love to the earth, steaming waters, causing storms of passion moving about in pure glee. With love rekindled, world delights. I love more in the summer. 145. The midnight dead. The clock struck midnight, and time beget the haunting hour. Rain was accompanied by flash of light, and the children awoke with terror. Wind whistled into the attic, waking the sleeping spirits. Howls sent the children in panic. Ghosts sang their ancient lyrics. Child spirit absconded the stairs. A parent ghost let out a mock, "You're not going anywhere." Heavy foot falls maid would moan. The child's room door slammed closed. A ghost girl walked to window along and asked the two kids to follow. Little Andrew looked at Will. The lever on the door severed. The father was coming to kill his step-daughter, as her mother. Father Ghost couldn't see the two. As he walked over to window, they watched what the ghost man would do. He turned and looked at the two quiet evil. He raised his shotgun to kill. The two children were already dead. His sons, Andre W. and Little Will. 146. Blown off their tiny heads. The father wasn't finished. He climbed onto the roof. Rain caused balance to diminish. Fell on his head and gone with a poof. The clock struck midnight. And the ghost emerged in air. The father called out his plight. "You're not going anywhere." Halloween 2014 147. Moon and the Wolf. The moon is white like wolf's teeth. The moon is crescent like wolf's smile. The moon's reflection is sharp like wolf's razor claws. The moon's halo is blurry like white warm fur. 148. The warriors of spring. Little buds, like warriors in the earth. Rise again, like the resurrected. Taking each weapons of color. A posture of a delicate valor. The rains call them to an uprise. And spring sends them battling bugs to befriend. 149. There. Blue sky settles. The mountains cry rivers. Clouds speak rage. Old vines wither. Trees wrinkle with age. Oceans sink deeper. Mountains stay tall. The world spins quicker. Might why trees fall. Rise to set. Wake to rest. 150. The night. The night had fallen. Down, down, down. A stirring in the woods. A fog from runner's breath. A faint echo from an owl. Colder, darker, chills. Dangers all concealed. Oh, how the silence grows. Deeper into the wood. Colder, darker, chills. A white backlight. A glowing devious smile. Like evil in the sky. Colder, darker, chills. Secrets in the trees. Their branches sway slowly. The fallen colors crunch. Colder, darker, chills. Claw marks in the ground. Serpents in the bush. Webs between trees. Colder, darker, chills. 151. Lights in windows. Chimney smoke dances. The night is soft. Colder, darker, chills. Sleeping, sleeping, dreams. Deeper, deeper, things. Hollow, hollow, breath. Colder, darker, chills. 152. To make a wish. If I could pluck a star. Like yellow apple. I'd hold it in my palm. And make a wish. If I could find a golden jar. I'd wax it to wake. A purple genie. And make a wish. If I could blow out the fire. Upon a candle's head. I'd puff with all my might. And make a wish. 153. To repose. The earth floats him through the heavens. As he is sent down naked paths. Seeing beauty of the shaded globe. After the tiresome walk of work. He delights with nature in hand. Outside of his place of living. He is converted by beauty's place. And shares harmony with repose. Inspired by Emerson. 154. Two beings. Two beings / chasing dreams / spinning around the sun / on an everlasting mission / to save the species / from the blackness / of their utter extinction / love or oblivion. 155. Under the stars. Under the stars. Our little minds. Under the stars. Our thoughts of all kinds. Under the stars. Are the beautiful things. Under the stars. The woman sings. Under the stars. Goes on the night. Under the stars. Two held tight. Under the stars I see with my eyes. Under the stars. Sweet dreams, survive. 156. Voice of the wild. I am the voice of the wild. I am the speaker for beasts. I do communicate the nature. Growth, decay, lasting, fading. I am the voice of the wild. Representing the patterns. Conceiving possible order. Aware of all that may be. I am the voice of the wild. What I see I may sound. I am the voice of the wild. Uttering all that is around. I am the voice of the wild. A command of a roar known. The squawk of bird in action. The darkness when left alone. I am the voice of the wild king of kingdom 4. Awareness. Poet of a sonnet for experience, artist, speaker. Nature's own. 157. Walking dead. There is nothing left to think. My mind has become a cage. Essence happens to shrink as I dither down the page. Still, I hear the silence. An awaiting empty sound. No more inner guidance. Buried, center ground. Distance from the usual. Emotions seem bizarre. An existence of the casual. Never knowing what you are. People walking dead. Reflection but a skeleton. Are my lines are said. My rhymes simply irrelevant. 158. War and the waterfall. Pounding water like violent men. Aligned in battle. White foamy water. Like dying men. Lost to battle. Rocks all round. Like brown helmets. Wrapped around heads. Rushing waters. Like blood. From dying soldiers. Springing waters. Like tears of grief. From the breathed. 159. When a poet fades. I struggle every day with my pen in hand. I take a little break, but I'm still writing everywhere I go. The more I understand. All that I know, I put onto paper. I express my soul, and that of the earth's. Changing my own perspective daily, I take note of the beauty in the dull. I am blinded from inspiration rarely, for I see the world in full. But to see such a world can be a burden for the world. Goes beyond words sometimes. What am I to do when complexity is heightened? When no words reprimand the beauty I find with. What words will I write with? What echoes of my spirit will do nature justice? I see now the world isn't meant for saving, in petty words, of wisdom. Beauty must be found without craving, eternally. For a new expression. Lust must be exchanged for love, and love must be relationship, so when I see things around and above, I must know them as I know myself. When I know the world like a friend, my writing will end, for then I will never be lost with company of complete content. 160. Where is the rose? Here is the rose that I picked from the garden. Here is the rose I placed in her hand. Here is the rose, the scent of delight. Here is the rose, a memory of right. Here is the rose, a symbol of bold beauty. Here is the rose I placed by her grave. Here is the rose, her beauty saved. Here is the rose, penitence of her heirs. Here is the rose, folded beauty inward, outward beauty there. 161. White castle. On a high cliff jutting outward. To reach ocean breeze. A pale medieval castle. Proclaims its ownership of land / the mounts that surround. Make it quaint and profound. It once was a look out. With brave men stood with glass. Now old boats sailing slowly below on sea. Give the castle an eerie vibrancy. A haunting echo of silence. That streams to the ends of eternity. 162. White wolves. Pale drawn creatures. Haunting habitats. In packs. Worshippers of Luna. Howling at her perfection. Ghosts of lush terrains. Burrowing for sleep. In grass dens. Spirits of Earth's repose. The white wolves span. 163. Winter 1. Fallen all the leaves. Snow blankets pine trees. Covered with white bliss. Tender flakes like lovers' kiss. 164. Winter 2. Cold hands, red cheeks. Snow beds, white skies. Each snowflake a frosty freak. Chaos designed, minute size. 165. Winter 3. Flakes jump and dance. Lumps of frozen ground. A winter's weatherly trance. Still and quiet, no sound. 166. Winter 4. Cold chill through the spine. Rolled up in many covers. Blizzard calls the night mine. Heated are the two lovers. 167. Winter 5. Night glows white, how lovely / each flake, so fluffy. A gram of ice and air. An intoxicating pair. 168. Winter 6. I begin to shake, I begin to shiver. Snow on trees quake. Branches seem to quiver. 169. Winter 7. Cold wind of frost. Ice slippery path. Rushing in at any cost. Footprints the aftermath. 170. Winter 8. God of winter sits at throne. From chimneys come the smoke. Snow covers all of the homes. The icicles seem to poke. 171. Winter 9. Ice / pounds of glass. Skaters moving fast. Snow, fluffy as the birds. Flakes like random words. 172. Winter 10. From heaven flows a winter gust. Blows through crystal flakes. Wind carries a frothy dust. White fills the winter lakes. 173. Winter 11. Time for slumber. Yawns the bear. Mid-December. Let's get out of here. 174. Winter 12. Comes the cold Arctic air. Not that I could ever spare.